All right. From Los Angeles, California, we're the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, hello there, kind friends. Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has canceled his pants and underwear and now is in the process of canceling himself by jacking his hard dick in front of everybody. That's Jeff Clark.
Yep. My pants and underwear just aren't woke enough.
And beaming to us from the metaverse, the bearded booger-eating avatar known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo.
So you got moved to like a new closet, I see, Shuddy Boy?
I moved in. I made myself an office over the weekend instead of being in the living room. But now I'm sure can you hear the dogs?
I don't think so.
Move out?
No. This was just this was the junk room that instead of working on the bathroom or one of the other many household projects, I took all the junk out of here, put it in the living room, and made an office, and have yet to address finding home for all the stuff that was hidden away in this room.
So much to unpack here.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, you have like bonus rooms?
I'm a little disappointed that it took you this long to build your own office when you had your own office the whole time, effectively.
Yeah, you could get like a poo neon light behind you and make like a fucking cool looking studio.
Yeah, dude, you got to get a live nudes neon light.
I mean, the room is not done. It is just everything you can.
Not until you get the live nudes.
Everything you can see is complete. Everything you cannot see is a fucking disaster right now.
Do you want me to mail you my St. Pauli's Girl neon sign?
I think I had one of those. Well, my father had one in our garage. We used to take bomb rips and eat mushrooms.
Then I jack off.
My whole goal over the weekend was to make sure that whatever I did in here looked presentable for this before anything else. Like,
it definitely sounds different in there. Like the acoustics
I'm in an
are
actual room instead of a great room that has a vaulted ceiling and is gigantic.
Yeah, I mean you're
like 400 square feet big. This is a tiny little bedroom.
You sound far away too.
Do I? Well, I moved back further. I mean, I moved the
there you go.
Probably. I just don't want it on camera.
I mean, it looks sharp. It looks, less manic.
Cluttered?
Sure, we can go with cluttered. So wait a second. Another thing. So you've had an unused room in your house that you just call the junk room. And
I call it the Anne Frank room. Somehow
the room filled with 20,000 He-Man toys was not the junk room?
Correct.
Interesting.
This is like where I had all the painting. Like I should have used my energy and painted other rooms of the house that need to be painted instead of moving all the painting stuff that was hidden into this room into another room to be hidden.
It's a marathon though, not a sprint.
Yeah, it sounds like you live
in that's why the upstairs bathroom we are now going on 3 years since I started renovation and is nowhere near completion.
It sounds like you live in the Clue Mansion. Like, oh, if I pull He-Man's arm here, a secret door opens up that takes me to the conservatory. I got a blue Yeti in there as well.
I mean, it's a 4-bedroom house and it's just Draven and I. So
I mean,
there's only so much space that Draven and I can occupy.
If shit hits the fan with Kevin and me, for that matter, how about we just move out there and we just turn it into the MSPH mansion?
Yeah, do Pooh Mansion.
Let's do it. Why wait for shit to go sideways? Let's fucking do it right now. I'll have to fucking move my office out of here, but so The reason
just
that
make Kevin sleep there. You can keep the office.
This setup behind me was a thrown together setup because of a fuck up that I did trying to set it up the way I really wanted it. I had moved the Wu-Tang poster to be directly behind me, and I was going to put shelves on the wall. But as soon as I put up a shelf, it immediately ripped out of the wall. So there's a giant hole right about here. I hit it with posters.
Solid move.
It was like 3:00 yesterday afternoon when this all happened. I'm like, I was having a fucking breakdown. I was swearing and screaming and
this is now
fuck it.
This is now a load-bearing Spider-Man poster.
Yeah, Spider-Man is now covering these giant holes.
I heard you have giant holes, Shuddy.
Not as big as Jeff's.
Wait a second.
Oh, I'm over here catching stray bullets. What?
No, I was just sitting here minding my own business.
But so that swearing that you heard when we first got on and in the Easter egg was because we're recording earlier than we initially planned, and I didn't get home in enough time to open up all the toys that I wanted to put in the display cases. And this box doesn't fit in there, so that was the first bit of swearing. And then the giant He-Man is also too tall, so he's in there all cockeyed. That was the other part of the swearing.
You're trying to put a fucking...
good thing we didn't record your N-bomb. That's not going to be on there. In the Easter egg, so...
That's not even funny to joke about.
Trying to fit a square...
All right, too far.
Trying to fit a square He-Man into a circle hole. Just not working for me.
Pretty much.
I just saw you messing with your vape pen, so I'm just getting ahead of things. Preemptively shaming you with your own sounds. The fucking man, this cough of yours, Shuddy boy. I guess it was from last week's Easter egg.
Gotta cough to get off, baby.
Oh, that was definitely when I did the dab last week.
When I cough like that, I get charley horses in my Grundle. Does that ever happen to you guys?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You get like deep, like a chain of coughs like that, and then you're just like, my taint! And it kind of like doubles you over. I hate when that happens. It's like that cough what's that skit, Jeff or Shuddy? You're both well-versed in hip-hop. That Biggie song when it like ends and he's just smoking a blunt and he does that disgusting like guttural vomit cough. Like,
God damn it.
It's so gross.
God damn it.
But I always imagine that he got a charley horse in his Grundle when he recorded that. I bet you Biggie had a gigantic Grundle.
Machine Gun Funk?
It might be Machine Gun Funk.
Oh, this is gonna piss me off. I don't know. We might have to stop the podcast. Pause it.
We don't even need to do that. I'm on it.
Thank God. Damn it! How can I not?
What's the Biggie song where Biggie coughs and get a Grundle charley horse?
Oh, stop it! I'm on fucking Spotify.
That might work, actually.
All right, I'll Google that, Shuddy, and you do Spotify. Let's see who gets there first.
That might actually work, dude. There's only like 35 Biggie songs?
Song where Biggie coughs.
43.
Gets
43.
It's not Machine Gun Funk.
Charley horse.
You have it in front of you?
His Grundle.
I just listened to the very end.
Give me the loot?
Is it? It can't be Give Me the Loot.
Here's a YouTube link that says...
Oh, it is. Just the part with Biggie coughing on YouTube.
Yeah, I got the album right. But...
Man, why did Biggie?
I've been listening to Biggie more too. Man, I should have gotten that one.
Why did he feel the need? Lately. Why did he feel the need to put that on his album? Like, it's such a fucking sick album, and then he's just like, you know what? Let's make this album even better. Here, I'm gonna I'm going to hit this blunt too hard and barf all over the place.
You know why I'm not familiar? I didn't know that. It's not on the remastered version of Gimme the Loot. It just ends.
Oh yeah, the remastered version is on Kevin's wavelength with this.
Well, I mean, I was listening to that album like when it first came out. So I
started listening to this album like 2 summers ago.
Oh, fucking
disgraceful. You're missing out. Or you weren't missing out.
I'm well aware that I've been missing out.
I've been listening at the gym lately.
Oddly enough, the current version of it that's available, they like removed a lot of the samples. I guess maybe when Biggie first put that album out, he didn't get the proper rights, or maybe they expired. I don't know, but I think Machine Gun Funk, they had to like remove and replace a sample in it.
I have found through my hip hop journey that a lot of earlier hip hop was released without clearing samples. It was just released, and then they paid the consequences. Who the fuck?
Yeah, if you look at Machine Gun Funk on the current like available streaming version of Ready to Die, it says Machine Gun Funk, and then in parentheses, Parliament sample removed. Like it's now in the song title.
On Apple?
Yeah. And then Ready to Die.
It doesn't say that.
The song Ready to Die says in parentheses Bridgeport sample removed.
It doesn't say any of that on Spotify. But I did see that what the fuck am I trying to say? Oh, that EPMD had to pay Eric Clapton $10,000 for something that they didn't clear the rights for on Strictly Business.
Oh, really? Well, I just love you giving us all these Biggie drops, Shuddy. Oh, shit.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it either, but I'm sure that the listeners can.
Well,
it's just that gross Biggie cough.
Yeah, like that is a total Grundle Charlie horse. And I wonder if...
It didn't give me a Grundle Charlie horse.
Well, the Biggie one sounds like...
Or are you talking about Biggie's? I thought you were talking about mine.
I would like to know if the ladies of the Puminati have ever gotten weed cough Grundle Charlie horses before. Because women have such smaller Grundles than men. Like...
Do they?
Yeah. I mean, basically...
You think this is such a weird conversation, but you think that the difference from the back attachment point of our ball sack to our butthole is bigger than the lowest point of the vagina to the butthole?
Oh my God, yes, Shuddy. You're a father. You've seen a vagina. Like, I'd say the majority
I don't think my Grundle is that big, is what the point I'm making.
Well,
he's offended by you accusing him and all men for having big Grundles.
Yeah, guys have bigger Grundles.
How many men's Grundles have you seen, Kevin?
Well, my own, but I'm pretty sure my nuts are attached to the same spot of every other dude's. Like, I have a feeling. Okay, here.
I almost want to reach down my pants and see where they connect, because I think you're overestimating that gap.
Give us a middle, an index finger to thumb measurement of your Grundle, Shuddy boy.
Tell me how many fingers you can rest on your Grundle.
Hey, Jamie, give me
3.
Hey, Jamie, give me 3 fingers to Grundle. Oh wow, he's doing it.
It is 3 fingers.
3 fingers of Grundle.
From where
And Kevin, what do you think it is for women?
I would say a woman's Grundle is... So 3 fingers is like sideways, right? I would say...
Could you try again?
Why is my fucking... watch trying to chime in about Grundles. We don't need you yet.
You got an iPhone or an iWatch?
I've had it, but
in?
after our discussion on the Patreon show last week, I've decided to start wearing it again. But
yes, I like to hear that. I was looking for the measuring tape to measure.
Are you going to measure your Grundle?
No, I was getting it's 3 fingers, so I was going to measure the width of my fingers.
I'll go get my tape measure and I'll measure my Grundle.
This is God really fucking sideways, Jeff. Like,
I'm not going to participate in this Grundle measuring contest. I don't want to be shamed.
It's Grundle measuring contest. What the fuck?
I'm very nervous that I have a micro Grundle.
What if so we were
I don't want you fucking alphas making fun of my micro Grundle.
I mean, this could be part of the intelligence wars. See, like whoever has the biggest Grundle gets a point.
I almost pitched the podcast to an employee at work today, and I am so glad I thought better of it if we're Grundle measuring.
This is so awkward. Like, I have my blinds open in front of me, trying to make sure my penis doesn't show on screen. All right.
There's a lot of weirder things
Well,
happening.
you can turn off your camera.
Well, no. Where's the fun in that? So when you're sitting like this and you like
this guy with this tape measure. Oh, it's already up to 13 inches. That's weird. What was I just measuring?
Well, I'm trying to like get a good bead on where the nutsack ends. So, all right, I might have to stand up for this part. I'm going to try my best to like.
Standing up is the only way to do it.
And then where's my asshole?
Where is your asshole?
Okay, I'm going. I've definitely found the back of my nutsack. But I'm measuring to the center of the bungus.
Okay, I only went to the edge of the bungus.
This fucking hurts.
Well, yeah, that's
oddly enough, my toolbox smelled like ass cheese, and that's before I stuck this tape measure up my ass. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Hold on, I got to find a...
This is the first time in a long time that we're, being scientific.
I got to see if I have a drum roll button. I'm pretty sure I do. Here we go. Okay. My Grundle is... Oh! My Grundle's like 3.5 inches. That's bigger than some penises.
Jeff, you want to chime in? And try and convince us that your penis is bigger than 3.5 inches?
My Grundle definitely is. I have a bigger Grundle than that.
No way. Watch Jeff is like,
give me the measuring tape.
Oh, check this out. 8 inches.
I want to use the same measuring tape.
I'd say 3 to 3.5 inches is also what my Grundle measures at.
Now, I would say the average female Grundle is an inch and a half the longest.
What?
Because, like, I would say if you look at genital real estate with a vagina and a penis, I think a majority of the vagina's real estate is kind of where our Grundle is. Shuddy boy, if you're going to start Googling porn, you should probably take your glasses off so the reflections don't get us booted off of YouTube.
Do you have your own button?
Oh, man. This tape measure stinks. I'm sniffing at like the 22-inch mark because that's a good control to say whether it's my ass crack or this tape measure just smells bad. This tape measure smells bad.
Do you have your own button for when you are correct? Oh, yeah, you do. Suck on my dick.
Yeah, hold on. Suck on my dick!
The average perineum
is that a science Grundle?
That's the official. That's the real name of the Grundle. is about 1.5 inches. For males, it is 2 or more inches.
Oh, so I got a supreme Grundle.
Oh.
Or we're measuring the grundles differently than the than the trained scientists.
Yeah, there's a good chance there's a margin of error for my Grundle measurement. I wish I had like a really close relationship with a tailor that I could just be like, hey man, I need you for a discreet mission.
Do you have a micrometer around maybe that we can get a more accurate?
Shuddy, don't use words that I don't know the meaning of.
It's the measuring things that like electronics people use that never mind.
All right, so we have come to the scientific conclusion that women have smaller grundles than men. And what's the science word? A parabellum?
Perineum.
John Wick 4, perineum. I mean, like, how did they land on that? Grundle is 1,000,000 times better.
So in the Google things that people also ask, the first thing is, what does a normal perineum look like?
What? Just a barren patch of land, pretty much. I would like like, what does an abnormal Grundle look like? Like moles and shit? I don't know.
Moles.
I don't know.
Do they have beauty marks on grundles?
There's got to be someone who has one.
You have a Cindy Crawford mole on your grundle. That's adorable.
Yeah, my Grundle is gorgeous.
That's how you know you really got to know someone.
Yeah, sex symbols go Marilyn Monroe, Cindy Crawford, and my Grundle.
Grundle could start wars.
So, all right. I guess enough about Grundles. How was your guys' weekend, huh? You do anything fun?
Pretty good.
Mine was action-packed.
Yeah, I saw you were actually like posting things on your Instagram, Jeff. That happens like once a year, once every 2 years, where you get not a story, but a main post.
Wait, was it the first post of 2023? I think so. I only post stuff when I do things. So it gives you an idea of just how socially active I've been. My last post was in March 1922. Wow.
1922, huh?
No, well, March 19th, 2022. I just shortened the year. I don't know why I did it like that, but I did.
Back when Doc Brown and I took the DeLorean for a spin and got some pizza port.
15 months ago. Oh my God. Yeah, I got to get more active on there, I guess. I'm spacing out on what I did Friday. Oh, Friday, yeah. I went up to LA. I invited you, Kevin. You couldn't make it, but went to this German Korean sports bar called Biergarten in Koreatown. It's pretty bomb. They have obviously German Korean fusion food, like German lager, Korean booze as well. They had soju, obviously. So we got a whole bunch of food. It was me, Bill, Paul, of course. You know, if we're going up to K-Town, we're going to coordinate with Paul. Bitch ass Paul.
What's the wait staff attire at a Korean German beer hall? Is it like Korean guys in lederhosen?
It's all Korean. I think they were just wearing like black t-shirt, like black jeans. They didn't dress up in German cosplay. But I mean, it's all Koreans. Obviously, it's Koreatown. Pretty sick. Actually, something that I wanted to pick your guys' brains on. How do you feel about Truly's, White Claws, these seltzer alcohol beverages?
I'd like them if they were sweeter.
Like Four Locos.
No, Four Locos were sweet, but tasted like ass because of the high alcohol content.
Remember those days?
The Simply Lemonade seltzers, those are pretty good because they're sweet.
fucking love Simply Lemonade. I never tried the seltzers, but like I get the raspberry lemonade or strawberry lemonade often. I like their orange juice. I'm a big fan of that brand.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
like-
the whole hard seltzer trend. Like I feel like it gets an annoying rap. There are a lot of annoying people that overly enjoy them, but I'm of the position where I will not go out of my way to buy anything. Like if I'm getting something to stock in my fridge or going to somebody's house for a few drinks, there's no way I'm buying, a Truly or a White Claw or anything like that. But if I'm at somebody's place and that's all they have, I'm not like, oh man, like, they're fine. They don't taste like alcohol, so you can drink them pretty quick. I mean, I don't hate them. I'll drink them, but I don't go out of my way to buy them. I'm kind of a lager guy. And I fuck with some IPAs as well.
Interesting. Well, that kind of bridges or transitions to my next day, what I did Saturday. But sticking on this topic, Paul ordered a pear seltzer, alcohol seltzer. It was the first time I've ever seen him do something like that. And of course, I had to gay shame him for that. I coordinated with, or I discussed this with the homies that I went to the beer fest with, that we'll talk about in a second. They also pretty much agree with you guys, where it's like, you're not anti Truly, but it's not something you typically partake in. If I'm going to a backyard barbecue or whatever, just a day party, and that's the drink of choice, fine, cool, whatever. It actually, slightly refreshing, get enough of them, and you get a nice little buzz going.
Yeah, my sister likes them. My sister's 31. I'm going to be 41 next month. So like, I feel like I sort of missed the boat on that one, but when we do family gatherings and shit, they're around, and they're nice and refreshing if you're drinking out in the heat in the summer. They have their place.
Yeah, but ordering one at a bar, especially like we're watching the game, we're getting meats, cheeses, talking about pussy. You're gonna get that fucking. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna get a fucking Truly, dude. I don't know. And he was like, "What? It's healthy." It's like, no, you sound like
we're talking about Grundles.
Like, if you drink so much to where you're trying to like cut calories, and maybe you're drinking too much. But I know that's not the case for Paul, because this motherfucker looks fitter every time I see him.
Yeah, Paul always looks jacked. He's always in good shape. So like every beer, especially if it's an IPA that you consume, there are a shitload of calories in them. So even if you just want to drink casually and just not have to worry about all that extra shit piling on, which I'm guessing somebody like Paul does, yeah, fuck it. I guess that's a whole other category of reasons why you could drink one of those goofy seltzers.
He goes to those little WeHo parties. I am a necrophiliac. I don't remember saying that.
I don't remember you saying it either. I just saw the button. I was like, what the hell is this?
I am a necrophiliac. Oh, wow.
So how long did you guys make fun of Paul for? Because he ordered a White Claw at the bar.
Not that long. I mean, it wasn't... I don't know. I didn't harp on it. It was just something I want your guys' opinion on, frankly. Because... I don't know. I'm not there yet with Trulies. I don't think I ever will. But I need to chill on the drinking for like weight loss purposes, and I'm not gonna like just pivot to seltzers because I still want to drink. Like I just won't drink, if anything.
Really?
I mean, but that's exactly why those drinks are as popular as they are, for that exact reason.
I feel like it's mostly college kids that are binge drinking, right? Which is different than where I'm at right now.
That's true.
Yeah, but the college kids are all focused on their Borgs.
Oh yeah,
you should have done that.
I need a good Borg.
Hey, what kind of Borgs do you guys have on tap?
I got a couple Steins, but no Borgs.
Oh, I got a Stein. I haven't even tried it out yet. I guess it
Do
was
you
like
have one with a cap?
yeah. It's like old
It's
school.
cool.
Like my great grandpa gave it to my grandpa, and then when my grandpa died, when we had like a little memorial gathering for him. There was just all these beer steins out on the table, and they were like, "All right, grandkids, just come take one if you want one." But I'm also
That's
frightened.
sick, dude.
I'm frightened to drink out of it because I think it's like from
Why?
the 40s or 50s. So
Probably leaded paint.
yeah, there's probably leaded paint and like dinosaur dust in there.
Well, you'll wash it in the. Oh, you mean in the actual ceramic dinosaur dust?
Well, no, just also dust that I'm worried about. And like if I clean it, maybe I don't get all the dust off somehow. Like it's so ancient that it's just embedded. I don't know, man. I'm afraid to drink out of it. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. I don't know what the fucking lid is made out of. It could be made out of like hardened asbestos. It is kind of cool looking though.
Anyways, the I don't know how to transition, but getting back to what I was talking about, the Korean beer garden was sick. You should have came, Kevin, even though it's a sports bar and you're not into sports, but the food's bomb. Of course, like we do every Koreatown trip, we ended at California Donuts, which has never lost a step. That was cool. And then Saturday, I went to Hooters to watch the Champions League final, which was, I thought, pretty random, honestly.
1 second. Kevin,
Yeah.
what sport is the Champions League final in?
All of them. Trick question.
That's fair enough. Good play. The sport I was referring to was actually not a sport at all, Kevin, according to you, soccer.
Suck on my dick! Oh, yeah.
So you actually were wrong, considering your own. Since you don't think soccer is a sport, you said all of them. It was a trick question.
It's a sport if you're a girl from first grade to 10th grade.
Fair enough.
So you're
Well-
not hype about Lionel Messi going to Inter Miami?
What?
In reference to that,
he is.
Well, I heard something about Lionel Richie, something Messi, and Miami.
Do you know who Messi is?
No.
Man, I kind of envy you, but he's the most famous athlete in the world because he's
What?
a soccer player.
Yeah, but I thought
Yeah.
there were like other
Dude.
more famous soccer players.
He's the most famous. Well, Cristiano Ronaldo might be technically more famous.
Like, I know that
you'd have
guy.
to look at their Instagram. Yeah, you'd have to look at their Instagram. But
well,
Messi's
Cristiano
better.
Ronaldo is more on Kevin's radar because he's not only a good soccer player, he's also fawned over by women across the globe.
Yeah, I hear he has.
Yeah.
I hear he's got a giant
pe-
grundle.
So he's a piece of ass. So
Yeah.
Kevin would be onto that.
Ronaldo's got a 7-inch grundle, double yours.
7 inches soft.
But dude, the fucking these Saudi Arabians just are throwing money at sports. They offered Messi $1.6 billion over 3 years. $1.6 billion for a fucking athlete.
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking stupid.
I saw something that said like Saudi
Is that
Arabia
the
is going to
people-
buy every aspect of entertainment.
They're trying. I mean, they print their own money. It's kind of crazy. And we were talking about an editorial call because they effectively just bought golf. And I was like, yeah, they're going to try to buy an NFL team. And like someone on the editorial call was like, come on, the NFL is not going to let them. Like, if they show up to the table with $10 billion, someone's going to sell. Like they are.
Yeah.
Like you sit here and you think there's morality in all this. Well, the morality goes out of the window when a guy with a fucking turban shows up at 15 billion. Like, what's up?
Yeah, when
Like,
someone
what are
starts
we doing here?
when someone starts throwing around the B word, it's like terrorism, schmerism.
Yeah, like I think an NFL team just got sold for $5 billion. So like if this guy resets the market and was like, no, I'll take one for 10, all of a sudden, no, the human rights atrocities out there in Saudi Arabia doesn't really matter so much. Like, oh, who cares? We don't really want women to vote either. Whatever. Here's a team.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's kind of frightening.
So yeah. Not what I meant to talk about. Anyways, I went to Hooters to watch the Champions League.
Let's stay focused on the prize here. Hooters,
which I thought was random, but because I haven't been to a Hooters. I've been to a Hooters like twice in my life, and I don't remember the last time I went to one. Like, their food sucks. I don't know.
The last time I went to one was the first time I went out to see Kevin. That was the first restaurant we ate at on my first trip to LA, was the Hooters on Hollywood Boulevard.
Wow. That's a disgraceful memory.
Wow. I thought he would have taken you to Umami Burger. That was his go-to for a while.
No, this was a lunchtime move for Hooters, and then I know that we did Umami a couple of times on that trip, and also Roscoe's a couple of times.
Well,
Mendocino Farms?
The Hooters.
And Mendocino Farms.
The Hooters was in walking distance of my first apartment. Yeah,
that's why we did it.
I can't remember. I'm trying to visualize. I don't remember
it's
where.
Like
is it still there?
I don't know, but it's I think it's across the street from the Roosevelt. It's like right by the Chinese theater, across the street from it.
Okay. Anyways,
I don't know. My guess would be it's not open anymore.
I didn't think anyone would be open anymore, but it was right next to the beer fest. I was like, what? We're going to fucking Hooters, but it was like really like kind of right outside of it. So I went to a beer fest, which was actually pretty sick.
Well, I want to actually know what your Hooters order is.
I got the sliders, actually.
Because
I've had the one time I went, everyone's like, gotta get the wings. That's the thing that they do best. I thought the wings sucked, so I didn't want to do that again.
When I worked construction, we did this really long job that was very close to a Hooters. So on Fridays, when the workday would be done, we would all just go to Hooters afterwards and just get, these enormous, like medieval king style banquet trays just piled on with fucking wings and just endless pitchers of beer, and get, pretty toasted and just fill up on nothing but wings. And I always remembered like Hooters wings being really good. I'm a big fan of heavily breaded, crunchy wings. I don't like the ones from like Domino's that are basically just slimy mucus hanging off of a bone.
Well, that's because they don't fry them. That's because they go through the oven.
Yeah, they bake them.
I like them. I
don't know. I like your standard buffalo wings, I guess, from upstate New York or from the West Coast. It's hard. It's actually hard to get wings out here, and I don't think Hooters is very good. I disagree with you there. So I got the sliders, which weren't good either. The curly fries sucked. We went to the this beer fest, LA Independent Beer Fest, whatever. Down the road, and it was solid. I mean, there was a ton of beers there, mostly Mexican lagers or West Coast hazy IPAs. Those seem to be the most popular beer choices out here in Southern California, which makes sense. I love IPAs. Excuse me. I don't really like the hazy IPAs or the West Coast IPAs. They taste too fruity to me. I'm not a fan of it. So I mostly stuck with the Mexican lager. I'd get your occasional IPA when it wasn't a West Coast or hazy IPA, but it was fun. Definitely got a sick buzz. Mostly a sausage fest. There were a few cute girls there, but nothing crazy. And then we went to Hibachi on the street afterwards.
Which hibachi place?
I think it's called Tokyo Wako.
I
only think there's. Oh, you've heard of it? I never heard of it.
I think there's a couple locations. I think there's one in Arcadia as well, but I've never gone. But I'm a fucking stand for hibachi.
I've never been to hibachi, actually.
What'd you think?
I wasn't a big fan, to be honest. Here's the thing: is we couldn't get the
They didn't have pizza.
with we couldn't get the grill side seating. I guess that was sold out, or you needed a reservation to get there. So I didn't even get the full experience.
Yeah, that is a big part of it. But I mean, I still think the food is delicious. But again,
It was pretty good.
this is where my garbage palate comes into play. I know I'm in the minority when I say I like Hooters wings, and I'm not about to,
You're gonna go to war over them.
Yeah, I'm not preparing an argument for any pushback. If you think Hooters wings suck, it's like, yeah, I totally get it. I have a garbage palate. I like fucking Pizza Hut pizza. I'm a chode. But I also...
That's exactly why you're a chode.
I love Benihana. Like, I know that the quality has definitely dipped over the past, I don't know how long. But when I was a little kid and we used to go to the one in Short Hills, New Jersey for basically anybody in my family's birthday, including my own, it was absolutely fucking delicious. And the chefs seemed like they almost went to ninja school. Like they're fucking juggling chainsaws and throwing daggers at people and missing their head by like a centimeter. It was cool. And now you get a guy who basically makes a salt and pepper shaker tap dance on the grill, and then they just cook their shit in 5 pounds of butter, and they're like, here you go, delicious buttery goop. And I do still find it delicious. Makes me fart real bad for like 2 days. And it's definitely not as good as it used to be, but I still angle to go to Benihana's on my birthday. But you were unimpressed by, what did you get? Like hibachi chicken and like fried rice and stuff?
I got I got the chicken and the beef. And rice, yeah, and it comes with soup and salad. I mean, I think it was like a $70 meal, $60 meal when you add in drinks and beers and stuff.
Yeah, hibachi's kind of can get pricey depending on what you order.
The other thing that I've noticed about myself, and that I got to monitor moving forward, especially when it comes to these Japanese things, I don't think sake sits well with me. I don't think I should be drinking sake. Every time I drink sake, I get like a tummy ache, and a couple of times I puked. And it wasn't even like I'm too wasted I puked. It was like, fuck.
Do you also like poop real bad? Or is it just upwards GI problems and not outwards?
I don't remember. I was kind of wasted when I got home, but I think like my whole system was like shut down. Like it was just like I couldn't poop. I didn't puke. It was just I just had like a shitty feeling and kind of had to sleep through it.
That sucks.
Yeah. So
you loaded up on. So was this Friday night? Was the White Claws, right?
Yeah.
Or was that everything? Was that also the beer fest and the hibachi?
No, Friday I went to K-Town, German beer garden, watched the NBA finals, California donuts, came back, and then Saturday did the Hooters beer fest.
Gotcha.
And hibachi move, which again, when you stack it all up, it's like, damn, I had an active weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, your intestines had got a lot of work done.
Like the workout.
Yeah. How have your doodles been? Any horrifying poopies?
Nothing noteworthy, if I'm being honest. It's all, it's shit. None of it's that pleasant. But I haven't had anything really MSPH topical, I guess.
Well, I guess that's
it all made into the toilet and none of it in my pants. So that's a win.
Sure. Yeah. It's
100%.
all about life is all about the small victories. So did you have a really
100%.
Did you have a bad hangover on Sunday?
Yeah, I didn't feel great. Yeah, it sucked. It took me a while to get up and go, and I had a pretty productive Sunday. Nothing like worthy to talk about. I got a great workout in and hit Trader Joe's, but I was shut down for most of the day. I lost a shit ton of money on golf. That was brutal. These goddamn motherfuckers. I will say this though. I'll send you this video. It's actually a pretty cool sports moment. But the celebration was fucking sick. Anyways, it was the RBC Canadian Open golf tournament that's been around for 100 years or something. And a Canadian hasn't won it since 1958. This fucking Canadian won it on a 72-foot putt, right? And one of the Canadian guys, golfers, ran out onto the green and started spraying him with champagne. Like, it was a big moment for Canadian sports. And a fucking security guard tackled him. And there's a view of it that is so sick. Here, I just sent you guys the video. It's hilarious. It's one of the better sports moments you'll see. And this guy just gets straight tackled by a fucking security guard. It was awesome. But yeah, Sunday not too good. This guy got a mullet. What is wearing? Anyways, look at the video. It's like a sick view.
Shuddy, can I do a screen share?
100%. Let me give you permission.
All
Sorry,
right.
I was just watching the video.
Let's see if we can.
Shuddy,
share
you're
this.
more obviously much more into sports than Kevin. Did you see this video?
I did not know.
It's fucking awesome.
Where is this? Okay, I think it's
So
this one.
view didn't come out until hours after like the other view came out, and like the fucking broadcaster Jim Nantz was like calling it in real time. It was fucking hilarious. Oh yeah.
Oh, got him. I love that it's in slow-mo too. So that was a golfer that ran up and sprayed him?
Yeah. It's a big. No one's won the fucking thing no Canadians won it for 60 years. So like all of the Canadian golfers were standing there, and it was a playoff. This guy hit a 72-foot putt, a walk-off. Like, it was over once he hit it. So like the crowd goes nuts. The Canadian golfers jump onto the green. He comes with a bottle of champagne. The fucking security guard plants him, dude. And like Jim Nantz, who I don't know if you know who that is, Kevin, but
sounds familiar.
Everyone else does. He's like a famous CBS sports broadcaster, is like calling it in real time. Like, oh my God, security guard just tackled Adam Hadwin.
Oh my God, he tackled him so hard there was maple syrup flying out of his ass.
I just love that video.
Was that guy that you were just talking about, was he in Happy Gilmore by any chance?
No.
Huh.
Did they have famous broadcasters on Happy Gilmore? I know Brent Musburger was in Waterboy.
I just watched it yesterday again for like the millionth time, and there are golf guys calling it. They're like, "Oh, Happy Gilmore's coming to the green. Who the hell is Happy Gilmore?" And they sound like sports guys. They have that mouthful of fucking cotton sound to him.
I just don't ever remember them going to like the broadcast booth and like them being highlighted.
Well, that actually brings up an interesting topic that I wasn't really prepared to toss to you guys, but I guess since we got there naturally, it's a very, very specific question. But what just happened?
I don't know, but you sound much better.
Well, yeah, because hold on,
He's coming through the laptop speaker or microphone now.
what just happened? Check. Fucking.
Is it recording?
It is recording.
Okay. Well,
But I don't know why.
There's that.
Hold on a second. Let me try and fix this. Hold on. Maybe this will.
Can I go refill my coffee now that you fucked up the tech?
Sure, go for it.
Thank God.
You have my permission.
That's all I need.
What does Zoom say?
It took away the option. Hold on. Maybe this is it.
Oh, it's back. It changed over.
Okay. Yeah. For out of nowhere, Zoom was just like, yeah, fuck you. We're going to change the source of your audio real quick for no goddamn reason. So I guess we can present this again to Jeff when he's back. But as far as comedy movie villains, is there a greater comedy movie villain than Shooter McGavin?
Comedy movie villain. I mean, I would almost think that maybe this should be a bracket.
Well, are there even any other contenders worth mentioning before we even go to
Comedy
a
movie
bracket?
villain. I mean, Ben Stiller in Dodgeball.
Okay. That's a good one.
Um,
Judge Smales in Caddyshack. He
yeah.
was fucking good. Okay.
Trying to think.
I heard
Yes,
I
Jeff?
heard most of what you guys said. But you kind of broke up. Shuddy, did you say we should do a comedy movie villain bracket?
Yes.
That's a brilliant idea. We should.
Okay, so
Um,
I want to make sure we
don't
have
wanna-
the ammo for it before we go in. I mean, Shuddy
Come on.
brought up a good one. Ben Stiller in Dodgeball.
Yeah. All right. That also cut out because I was going to say that myself. Okay. Cool.
I mean, the boss in Office Space, Lundberg.
Bill
Lumberg's good.
Lumberg.
I mean, just instantly
Is-
recognizable.
Is Jim Carrey in Cable Guy a villain?
Yeah, 100%. That's
How
why
about Hank and Me, Myself, and Irene? Jim Carrey.
we just give Jim
You know
Carrey
what?
his own bracket.
You know who I really like? Also, this might not be a villain. It depends on how you look at it. But Bernie Mac in Bad Santa. Maybe not enough of a villain.
Yeah.
I mean, and then what I think we have to really do though is define what we're kind of comedy we're talking about because like I mean, then do we put the Fratellis in there? Because Goonies is technically a comedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, or like Joe Pesci, Home Alone.
I mean, we could just put the Wet Bandits, right?
Yeah,
They're the
but I
the
don't
villains.
think. Yeah,
What about Jeremy Piven in Old School? Hey, you remember him? You remember Cheese, right? Oh yeah, Cheese. Didn't we
Adam
lock
I
you?
in the
Scott.
closet that one time. Yeah, I got out.
Adam Scott in Step Brothers.
Oh, Derek. That is a great one. Absolutely. Now we're cooking with gas.
I mean, you can even stay with the early Sandler movies, but like, I don't know if Eric gonna get from Billy Madison just gonna get immediately steamrolled by Shooter McGavin?
I mean, I would put them to avoid that. I'd put them on opposite sides of the bracket. Like to me, Shooter McGavin's a 1 seed and Eric is a 2 seed. Like Eric is a strong movie villain.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm trying
One
to
of the
think.
best.
I had one and it
Ooh.
left me.
Okay, because I'm just pulling up a list of comedy movies. Which Dylan, the Dylan brother from Something About Mary?
Matt
Dillon. He was a pretty good villain.
He was fucking phenomenal. That guy is awesome. I don't know why, but the random scene where he says he works at retards has been like trending. Or I saw that on my Twitter a few times.
Really?
He's like, I don't think you're supposed to say that. He's like, I'm not going to let anyone tell me how to talk to my to my buddies or
he's
something like that.
He says like, I won't let anybody tell me who I can and can't work with.
Yeah.
Who was the last one I suggested?
Was it the Fratellis and the Goonies?
No, there was one after that.
I don't.
Because it led me to another one, but I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. Fuck. I thought Jeff was taking a list of all of these for the bracket.
No, unfortunately.
I mean, I don't know if Biff
I'm
from
just
Back
gonna-
to the Future counts.
For sure.
Biff would count.
I
All
can.
right. It sounds like we've got a solid list so far.
That nobody's keeping track of.
Well, at least we have an audio recording of it.
There is that.
Okay. The Wet Bandits. Debo from Friday. I feel like he'd get trounced.
He's not. He doesn't have enough like good lines.
Yeah. Let's see.
Are you
Kingpin?
looking it up?
Am I looking up what?
Like comedy movie villains?
I'm just looking at comedy
He's just
movies.
looking at comedy movies.
Yeah, like I don't know, Kingpin. I haven't seen it in a while. Hysterical movie, but the bad guy isn't jumping out at me.
It was Bill Murray.
Kingpin? It's Ernie McCracken.
Bill Murray.
He was
As
the
Ernie
villain?
McCracken, one of the best. That's a great one. Oh, that's a great one. That might be the 2 seed. When's the last time you've seen Kingpin, Kevin?
Not recent enough, but I fucking love that movie.
It is a fucking. He puts on a tour de force. Like, what a goddamn performance by Bill Murray. One of the best ever.
When he's like all unhinged at the end and his hair is like 3 feet in the air, like his side part.
Dude.
I am
fucking awesome.
Fuck. I am drawing a blank and it's really bothering me. I can't stop trying to think of the one that I forgot.
Damn, it doesn't look like it's streaming anywhere, but that's one I gotta have on physical. I should be able to watch Kingpin whenever I goddamn please. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that sound like we've got enough of a start to do? How many people go in a bracket? 16?
Yeah, it had to be 8, 16, 32. Goes by 8.
Okay.
Unless you were to do some sort of, I mean, I could do like a buys. So I could do 12, a couple, 4 buys or 14.
I'm sure with what we have already come up with and what I'm sure the Puminati will suggest, we will get there with ease.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like a fun bracket. It's so weird because I was like, you know, when it hit me when I was watching Happy Gilmore, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is an age group specific thing, but it's so fucking quotable. He's such like a lovable villain. Like we had that guy on the Ella Show once, like right towards the tail end of Sirius, and he was cool as shit, but he has that hateable face if you put him in the role of a villain. And just the way he does the finger guns, the way he calls himself Shooter, when he sinks that final putt at the end and he does like the big, like, bang, 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 twirls around in a circle. He's like, Shooter. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No. It's such a quotable villain. I was like,
I'm doing it for Chubbs. Nuh-uh, I called it.
Yeah. I was like, I can't think of anybody that competes with this, but I don't know. We threw out enough names where there's definitely a discussion. I still think he's number one, but
you don't follow the Shooter McGavin Twitter, right?
No. After you told me about it yesterday, I followed him.
Oh, okay, it's fucking awesome. It's a lot of sports references, but he always like links it back to like Shooter McGavin quotes, so you at least get like the baseline of what he's talking about. Anyways, my brother told me about this. I guess there's this guy who's trying to sell his kid, who he's calling Baby Gronkowski, Baby Gronk, whatever. He's trying to get people to write about him. And he's like this 10-year-old who, whatever, it's pretty poor parenting, but he's trying to get his 10-year-old athlete son to be covered by all these major sports writers. And he's like DMing fucking all of them, like literally all of them, so much to the point where they all like screenshot his DM and like post it, right?
I'm surprised that enough of those people check their DMs.
Not really. I mean, sports reporters, sports people kind of always do, because maybe some like information's being leaked to them, right? Maybe they're getting stories, right? I mean, and also
they're getting a scoop.
Yeah, like what the fuck does a writer have to do with this time? And why is he not checking Twitter? Anyways, Shooter posted a message sent to Baby Gronk where he says, "Would love to talk to you about your son, Baby Gronk. Meet me at the 9th green at 9 tonight for an interview with Shooter."
And I mean, that Twitter account has a lot of followers, right?
It's at like 510,000.
Yeah, over a half a million.
He's based out of Waterbury, Connecticut. You remember? You remember that? Isn't the qualifier that Happy wins? Isn't that the Waterbury Open? I think.
Oh God, I wasn't paying attention to those words.
I think
like
it
that.
was. Like it's just he's got so much. This fucking account is so awesome.
Is this your ball? It struck my foot. I know that's not Shooter, but goddamn, Happy Gilmore, 5-dicker. I'd say it's the best Sandler movie.
It's a golf tournament. It's not a goddamn rock concert.
All right, well, that sounds fun. We can get that set up for an upcoming episode. I know people get pumped about the brackets. And if you've never seen Happy Gilmore, what the fuck is wrong with you, A? And B, it's on Prime, so you should definitely watch it.
I would wonder, please, if you haven't seen Happy Gilmore, respond. I would wonder how much of the Puminati have seen it. I would say 99.9%.
All right. Should I tweet it out? Do a poll?
I guess a little social media engagement. We haven't done one of these in a while.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Peter.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
North just came strolling into Shuddy's office.
Give me a-
Peter Parker, excuse me.
come here. Put some peanut butter on my Grundle. Here you go. Shuddy, did you see?
Because it's your dog. How about that villain? What's that guy's name again? Is it Anthony?
No, he wasn't a villain. That was the kid from Road Trip.
No. But the guy, the TA. That,
yeah.
Oh,
he's not a big enough role.
No, but great villain, great comedy villain, and Road Trip, fucking incredible movie. I love that movie.
The entire time.
I feel like it ages well, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, people make the argument the jokes aren't in line with today's climate, but I bought it because I don't think they had any physical copies of it anywhere, at least at the time when I looked. So I think I actually bought that digitally on Prime, and that's a movie I've seen probably 100 times or so, and laughed my ass off after not seeing it for years and years. Yeah, still holds up. Incredibly strong.
That bitch of yours to make us some blueberry pancakes.
That was Jimmy Kimmel doing the dog voice?
Was it really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Shuddy, did you watch anything in this past week, speaking of movies?
No, I didn't watch any movies that I can think of. No movies. It was a movie-free week. Bunch of shows, but no movies. Almost through the first season of The Wire. Again, I did start. I can't even remember the name of the show. Oh, Sanctuary. It's a Netflix show about sumo wrestling. That's dubbed, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Is it like a story, or is it like the Formula One docuseries?
No,
thing?
it's a drama series about a kid from a rough upbringing who's a showboat and wants to just not follow tradition and wants to be a sumo wrestler his own way. I was getting from the first 2 episodes, but I enjoyed it. It was good just something to watch. But the dubbing, the dialogue is pretty cheesy at points.
All right, I put the poll up. At MSPH Podcast, have you seen...
How big is your Grundle?
Follow-up question. All right, let's see if anybody has voted yet. I know I just posted it, but it's got to be... If it's anything lower than 90% yes, I would be quite shocked. And honestly, repulsed. That would bum me out.
Go.
Peter's getting the red card.
So I watched something that I'm kind of curious to get your guys' thoughts on. So, have you guys heard anything about this movie BlackBerry?
No.
No.
So it's another in this seemingly long line of origin of movies, which we're about halfway through the year, and there's already been Air, Tetris, and BlackBerry, just off the top of my head. There might be others that I'm forgetting.
Oh, you know what? I have heard. I've heard of it. I know nothing about it.
And it's kind of like, okay, I didn't think I gave a shit about the origin story of Tetris, but it was getting good reviews, and I liked Taron Egerton, so I was just like, I'll give it a watch. And it was sick. Air Jordans, again, couldn't give less of a shit. But everybody's like, Air is awesome, and I watched it. And fuck me, it was awesome. So then there's this BlackBerry movie coming out, and I'm hearing everybody talk about it. I'm just like, man, another one? Like, I had a BlackBerry at one point, but do I want to watch a BlackBerry movie? I kind of don't give a shit. But everybody was, again, talking about how great it was, so I watched it. And it's another fucking origin story that kicks ass. I'm wondering when this weird new subgenre is going to run out of steam, but I thought it was fucking cool. Like, it had a solid cast. Jay Baruchel was basically the lead, who I haven't seen in anything in a really long time.
Yeah, he kind of fell off the map, huh?
Yeah, and it was also he
had a show on Netflix that was pretty good.
Do you know why he's been MIA? Because I think Michael Cera, my brother was saying, he follows this shit. Michael Cera is going to be making a return to movies, and that
nice.
He pretty much just went to like South America and like did drugs for a few years and was just chilling.
Who, Michael Cera? Or
maybe Jay. He took Jay with him.
I mean, I'm sure it was a dye job, but it was weird seeing him be all gray. Because he basically the story is, you know, him and this guy started this tech company together, and he was sort of the brains of it, and the other guy was, you know, also the brains, but more of, you know, hey, let's just have fun with this and be silly and enjoy our jobs, and I'll come to work wearing a Doom shirt and a fucking red headband, and we do movie nights on Fridays, and everybody stops working, and we just watch, you know, Raiders of the Lost Ark for the millionth time and eat popcorn. And then they, you know, Jay Baruchel's working on this phone idea, and this guy who was like a businessman for some other company hears their pitch, basically tells him to fuck off, and then that day or another, like soon after, gets fired from that company, reaches back out to Jay Baruchel, and he's like, all right, I'll make you an offer. Make me a part owner of the company and CEO, and I'll save your guys' shit. And they you know, they go into business together, and he's really funny character, and I'm not all that familiar with this actor, but he did a great job of just being like the psychotic, no bullshit, screaming his head off of it, everybody businessman. But Michael Ironside is also in it, who kicks ass. Come on, you know Michael Ironside.
I have to Google it. He's probably got
I definitely
a recognizable face.
Starship Troopers.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Your homie, Carrie Ewells. Oh, Carrie Ewells. Good old Ewells is in it, and he has a really funny, awesome character.
Bet he does. But he's awesome in it.
I never paid close attention to any of this shit. So I remember Blackberries being king shit. I remember I was working at SiriusXM at the time, and everybody had Blackberries, so I got one to be a poser. I had the fucking belt holster for it. Like, I'm important too, guys. I have a Blackberry. I had no business having a fucking Blackberry. Not needed whatsoever.
My first touchscreen phone was a BlackBerry Storm.
The touchscreen one? The one that they were like, oh shit, iPhone is drinking our milkshake. Let's... Wow.
Yep.
They addressed that.
That's the only BlackBerry I've ever owned, and it was a bitch.
Well, they addressed that at the end of the movie, and I'm curious to get your thoughts on it, Shuddy.
Oh, they address it at the end of the movie? I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
I've always been a fucking Apple stan. I'm the only smartphone I've ever owned has been an Apple or an iPhone.
Well, I remember when the iPhone came out, obviously everybody in my office got one of those, and I didn't get an iPhone 1, but I definitely got the second model. Had it for a while. I think I tried one or two Android devices and hated them. And then I just went back to iPhone and have been iPhone ever since. But I mean, all I knew from the story was, yeah, iPhone came out, it was better, everybody switched over, BlackBerry just went away. But I never knew the specifics. So filling in the gaps of all that was really interesting, and there was also some sketchy shit I didn't know about either that was like, whoa, when it came up in the movie, but it's a fucking solid flick. I don't think it's streaming anywhere for free. I rented it for like $6 on Prime, but I'll suck 4 BlackBerry dicks. I feel like you would really like it, Jeff.
I mean, I don't get anything out of the BlackBerry nostalgia because I never owned one, but I like these. Well, I didn't even see Tetris, but I liked Air. Again, I have much more of a, I guess, relationship with the Michael Jordan product than I do BlackBerry. So some of that into it. And it's, literally my fucking wheelhouse, like basketball. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
I mean, even though I owned a BlackBerry, I had no affection for it. Every time I used it, I was like, I really don't need this big complicated device just to like text my friends. Like, I'm not getting any important emails. I was so low on the totem pole. It was so fucking dumb. So dumb of me.
Dude, you wearing the BlackBerry belt is an image that I want. I want to see that. You walking around with your fucking big tough BlackBerry belt.
Dude, fucking everybody at Sirius had one. So I was just like, I'm important like you guys. And I'm sure everybody was just like, when I walked by and they're like, you see that fucking dork? What a waste of money on that BlackBerry.
Fucking intern buying BlackBerries. You gotta be kidding me.
I think I was on the payroll at that point, but still embarrassing.
Fair enough.
All right. So I know that the poll is still pretty fresh, but 100% of the Puminati has seen Happy Gilmore so far.
I know some people are disappointed about us being a movie podcast, but there's going to be a bunch of movies to review in the summer. I'm as excited about Extraction 2 coming out as I think I was when Sicario 2 came out. Like, I can't wait for this fucking movie. Should be awesome.
And didn't you not really like Sicario 2?
It was underwhelming, but
Day of the Soldado.
I rewatched Sicario 1 the other day.
Oh, I got to give that a rewatch.
One of the best movies of the last 25 years. I fucking love that movie. So Sicario 2 was just more of it just couldn't live up to the expectations. I wasn't even that offended by it. It was a pretty decent attempt. I was like, all right, well, whatever. Not that good. But
is Sicario a 5-dicker for you?
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, it's one of my favorite. Besides Wolf of Wall Street, I think it's my favorite movie that's came out since I moved to the West.
I gotta see. Do you have a Mount Rushmore? Because I know you signed up, you made a Letterboxd account and then never really used it. But
on there, I don't think so. I don't even know how to do that stuff on Letterboxd. I'm so unfamiliar with the app.
Oh yeah.
Off the top of my head, I would say Wolf of Wall Street, The Departed, Rocky, and Matrix.
So
or Terminator 2.
Not Armageddon?
Oh my God. What do I do?
What have I done?
I take out The Departed. God, I hate that I just said that.
I don't know. I love The Departed, but I think you made the right choice.
What would you grade or how many dicks would you give The Departed?
Let me see if it's on the old D. Off the top of my head, I would say the lowest I would give it was 4 dicks. But I don't know. I don't think I was as hyped about it as everybody else was. Yeah, I logged it as a 4-dicker.
Yeah, that's a 5-dicker. I don't have to think twice about that one. Yeah, Armageddon, Rocky, Wolf of Wall Street. And then I don't know, it's tough. Matrix, Terminator 2 is up there. Departed, Goodfellas. I can't put Sicario in there. I know that's
No.
how the conversation started. I can't, as much as I love the movie, but I was rewatching it and it was just like I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I was like, this is fucking awesome. This movie kicks so much ass.
Like I was going through and updating my list of 5 Dickers. And I mean, my Mount Rushmore is Akira, Scott Pilgrim, Fight Club, and Big Lebowski. But as I was looking over my list of 5 Dickers, it's like, yeah, I mean, Die Hard could easily slip in there at any given moment. Terminator 2, like you said. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough picking just 4. Shuddy,
Terminator
what's yours
2,
again?
in my opinion, and I've said this, it's the most acceptable answer for what do you think is the greatest movie of all time. If you just said that, I'd be like, okay, fine. I have no argument.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Let's look at Shuddy's.
Does he have a Mount Rushmore?
I mean, for me personally, you're looking at Letterboxd to see what I have.
Just talk to him. He's right there, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he might not remember what he
Ask him.
put on his Mount Rushmore.
I think it's more likely that my Letterboxd Mount Rushmore is not correct.
Oh.
Like there are let's see. Dick rating 5 dicks.
You have Top Gun, Field of Dreams,
I
Goonies.
have Over the Top also rated as a 5 dicker, by the way.
Wow.
And Big Trouble in Little China.
But your Mount Rushmore is Top Gun, Field of Dreams, The Goonies, and Mallrats.
That is my,
You stand by that?
and that is, I stand by that. Mallrats, depending on my mood, Mallrats and Chasing Amy are pretty interchangeable for me in that spot. Normally, if I give my top 5 movies, it's Top Gun, Goonies, Field of Dreams, Scott Pilgrim, and then either Mallrats or Chasing Amy.
So you like the first Top Gun better than Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah, I mean the only difference between the two is the nostalgia of the first one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. Huh. All right. So we should take a quick visit to Mount Voicemails. Yay, I guess.
Yeah, let's.
Haven't done it in a while.
Short trip to the voicemails.
Voicemails, yay!
I've been trying to screen these a little bit. Just because there's so fucking many. And yeah, people do point out that they hate Mount Voicemail. So I guess this is one way we can weed out the, 5-minute ones that go on rambling about nothing. But oh my goodness, is this really fucking difficult.
Well, we are going to piss off some people no matter what we do.
Okay, here's a good one. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it, because I have to go by everybody's fucking area codes. Hold on. Fuck. Sorry. Okay, I think this is it. Oh, damn it!
You would think you would know what you were doing by now.
They tricked me.
PH, this is Pooport the One. My lady made me pause this podcast. I'll listen to you guys right now. And she was talking about the fart thing. And you know what? Back in the day, I've been with this girl almost 11 years. And when we first got together, she was at my house, my apartment, which was kind of like a little party apartment when I lived in Utah for a while. And she was at my house for like 3 days, and she was doing the shit that you do. I don't know how you do it. But, yeah, dude, we were fucked up one.
I'm guessing he means that she was not farting in front of him.
Lead
Not
to health
pooping.
issues.
Right? all the homies were there, and she gets in this laughing fit. I think it's because she farted, to be honest. I think she farted. We all just like looked at her and started laughing, and when she started laughing, that motherfucker ripped off like this machine gun fart. It was like perp, 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 as she's laughing, and all of us are dying hysterically. It was the funniest thing, and we were together for like 2, maybe 2.5 months or some shit. And I'm just saying, bro, 11 years, I'm still with this bitch, right?
Kevin would have
Jesus
sent
Christ.
her home.
Oh, I would not have
the
done that.
last time Kevin ever saw that ever let that girl come around.
That is not true. And I like how I just hear giggling in the background through this whole thing. So he's just like in front of her talking about her farting. Then he calls her a bitch, and she's just like, tee hee hee.
Sounds like they have a solid foundation. Yeah.
Yeah. They share a bunch of things with each other. They communicate well, Kevin, including with their asses.
Still with this bitch, right? In a non-disrespectful way. Jesus Christ. But anyway, yeah, I just had to share that. We were talking about it right now. Go ahead, babe. You got something to say?
Ooh.
As weird as it is, it's one of my proudest moments.
No,
I'm proud of you too,
dude. We talked about that shit for years. And when my lady sits there and listens to this podcast, man, she always brings it up. I've been meaning to call in, but yeah. And this was no like bullshit, dude. This is like a 30 to 45 second account where back to back there was like a second or two between farts, and I swear to God she held them in the entire fucking time. Hilarious. Yeah, man. Poop word out. And poop word's lady, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Peace.
Does he call himself Poop Lord?
You got to put yourself in her shoes. How, like, I mean, it could have been slightly embarrassing, but how, like, relieving do you think it felt? I mean, she's holding those farts in for how long?
Yeah.
Just letting them go. And then after, like, the second one or third one, she's probably just like, fuck it. Let's just roll. Dude, I'm firing on this crowd.
I mean, my workarounds for when I'm staying at Carl's place, because obviously I'm not going to fart on any of her towels. The tricks I use are like if I'm sitting around all day and all these farts are piling up inside me, I'll try to piss, and then when I flush the toilet, when it all gets sucked down at the end, when it's all loud, it goes like clonk, 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 I'll try to beef simultaneously to get a sound stage, like, that covering it. Or I'll save up farts until I have to take a shower, and then I got the noise of the shower going, and sometimes I'll play music off my phone, so I can like fart on my fist, or maybe wad up some TP and fart into that. But I know from holding in, like, I don't get all of it out. I can't take 15 showers a day, I can't constantly be flushing the toilet. So I know I go to bed with a loaded gun in my pants. I'm not talking about my penis. I'm talking about my ass. So I'm pretty sure
Talking about my ass.
the second I fall asleep, it's just there is nobody at the watchtower, and it's like there's a ska band practicing in my ass crack. Like and Carl stays up way longer than I do. The second my head hits a pillow, out like a fucking light. So basically what I'm saying is I've probably farted in front of Carl like 5,000 times. And I think I have a perfect record.
And you just still won't do it willingly in front of her.
Nope. That's how good of a guy I am, Shuddy.
Man, it's hard to be out there in the bachelor scene with you. Knowing you're so restrained with your butthole.
All right, everybody, we gotta head off.
Big Grundle.
It's a busy week for all three of us, so we're trying to fit this show and the Patreon show in a narrow window. But if you need more MSPH in your life, please check out our Patreon. It is fucking excellent. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. On the $5 tier, every week after this, we do a mini podcast that gets posted, and we are also in the throes of Crafter Jeff Shuddy Edition. So the $5 tier has 2 weekly shows. $10 tier gets you video of the bonus podcast and all of our specialty shows like What the Fuck Did I Just Watch, Snack Attacks, Shuddy Boys music write-ups, Kevin's Nerd Hole, me playing video games and shit and flipping out and pulling my hair out. And then, the backlog of supermarket queefs, queef or no queef, all that fun shit. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. And you can check us out also on YouTube, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. And you can follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeff Row Records.
At MSPH Podcast. And also at John Cooper Movie, if you wouldn't mind. And also, there's, sports ball happening all the time. There's balls coming at your face from multiple angles. Jeff Clark has you covered. Outkick bets with Jeff Clark.
Hell yeah. U.S. Open this week. My favorite golf tournament of the year. I'm going to break that down. Please listen, get some bets worth fading or following, perhaps, depending on how you feel about my recent performance, which has not been good.
And as
Some
always,
would say your performance has been impotent.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I did not get it up in Canada last week, let me tell you.
Been a little flaccid.
A fucking wet noodle last week north of the border.
And as always, thank you to the Puminati. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys for listening. We love you all. And until next time, something.